Yes, that is the Honorable Condoleezza Rice. And apparently, she is the DEI hire the White House suddenly needs. Now, think about that for just a moment. For the past several years in American politics, we have continuously heard this phrase repeated again and again. DEI hire. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Over and over and over again. Those simple three words have become a political weapon. We have heard it directed at universities. They have directed it at corporations, at the military. They've directed that phrase at women in leadership, DEI. And very often, we've heard it all the time at people of color who have reached high positions of power in leadership. The accusation is always the same, though. It's not changed. They're not qualified. They didn't earn their position. They're only there because of their identity. And unfortunately, that narrative has become one of the loudest talking points in modern day politics. Take a look, because something interesting just happened. These tensions that are escalating between the United States and Iran, the conflict has already started. It's becoming more and more serious as the days go by. But now the conversation has changed because things started getting dangerous in foreign policy. The administration is no longer calling on commentators. They are calling in the experts. It's not Pete Hegseth. And I said that on purpose. It's people who are being consulted in high places. That's Condoleezza Rice. Condoleezza. And let's be clear about one thing. Let's be clear about a few things, not just one. The Honorable Condoleezza Rice is not a symbolic figure. No. She is a Stanford professor. She's a former national security advisor. She is a former Secretary of State. Most important of all, she is one of the most experienced foreign policy strategists the Republican Party has ever produced. And now all of a sudden, this so-called DEI hire, she's the smartest person in the room, a black woman. A black woman. Tone, a black woman. Let me slow it down for just a moment. Iran is not Iraq. Iran is not Afghanistan. Iran, hear me folks, is one of the most strategically complicated countries in the world. If we are going to engage in conflict with, it's going to be hard. There are nearly 90 million people. There is a dangerous mountain terrain. There are thousands of ballistic missiles. They have a network of regional allies, proxy forces, all spread out throughout the Middle East. We're talking about Hezbollah in Lebanon. We're talking about militia groups in Iraq. We're talking about influence in Syria, operations in Yemen. And Iran also sits next to one of the most important shipping lanes on earth, the Strait of Hormuz. Think about why that's so important. Because a huge percentage of the world's oil moves through that very narrow passage. That region has now become unstable. And that means that the entire global economy is feeling it. Gas prices have jumped. Shipping becomes dangerous. Markets are shaking. Believe it or not, Those of you who are watching it know. So when experienced foreign policy minds start entering the conversation, such as Dr. Condoleezza Rice, it's because the stakes have become real. Which brings us back again to the Honorable Condoleezza Rice. It's funny how the word DEI has disappeared because the stakes got serious. Not one single person is asking if she was hired because of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Not one. Nobody is questioning the Honorable Dr. Condoleezza Rice's qualifications. Nobody. Suddenly, everybody in the Republican Party remembers something that is extremely important. Condoleezza Rice knows what she's doing. And maybe that's the real lesson that we need to learn here. Competence has nothing to do with color, race, religion, ethnicity. Expertise doesn't come from a political slogan, the Department of War. Leadership isn't defined by identity. It's defined by experience, knowledge, and judgment, which the party is seriously lacking. And for decades, Dr. Rice, Condoleezza Rice, the Honorable Condoleezza Rice, has been one of the most respected strategic thinkers in American foreign policy. So here we are. The DEI hire behind me, that woman, the same woman that a lot of people mocked, this same woman, the scholar that people dismissed, the Black woman, the African-American woman who rose to the very top of American foreign policy. And now, when the stakes are high, and you won't hear this being talked about on the news, not by Fox. The world is unstable. Fox isn't telling you that. When the decisions are being made that could shape the next decade of global politics under this administration, suddenly now, everyone wants the smartest person in the room. And guess what? She is a DEI, right? Sometimes the person that you miss are the people that you need. Looks exactly like the people they've spent years telling you wasn't qualified because of DEI. Funny how that works, huh?